Welcome everybody, we have our second reaction video. This is Castlevania Part 2 by the Angry Video Game Nerd. Appreciate the feedback that I've gotten from some people, and I will definitely be more comfortable doing these reaction videos as I go through and do more of them. You're going to be along for the ride with us as we learn to do more of these videos. Feel free to subscribe and also like and comment. I do appreciate it. Let's hop into it. Castlevania Part 2 by the Angry Video Game Nerd. Alright, so we got Castlevania Part 2 from the Angry Video Game Nerd. Let's hop into it. I really like these opening segments so far. What I've seen out of the two of them, they reminded me how good these videos really were. Especially at the time they were made.
This game is the unholy fuckness. You probably remember it as my first game review. That was 5 years ago.
Yeah, I remember that actually. That, you know, out of the few Angry Video Game Nerds videos I've seen, definitely the Simon's Quest one was the one I remember the most seeing.
Before I took on the regular duty of playing shitty duty. Back then, I wasn't as hardcore. I used a code and I skipped over a lot of the game. So now is my second chance, because I'm going to do it for real this time. I only scraped the surface off this smelly turd, and after that, it really starts to stink. Just to clarify, though this game is terribly flawed, it still has a lot of nostalgic value for me. The graphics and the music are fantastic.
The music's killer in this.
It still has that Castlevania atmosphere. Oh, then there's parts like that. Why is it necessary to interrupt the game like that so often?
This is horribly slow, this text box. I remember playing this for the first time, and I couldn't believe how long this text box took. It was crazy how long it felt.
You need hearts to buy stuff, and when you die, you lose all your hearts, and you have to start from scratch. So if you're trying to buy something, your best bet is to stay in one spot that you feel safe, and just keep killing the same enemies over and over. I mean, what fun is that? When it's nighttime, you're just totally screwed because the stores are all closed. So the only thing you have to do is just wait for daytime and chase zombies around.
The day and night cycle never really made sense to me when I first played this. I don't know, it was just super confusing for me.
Ugh, get over here, you fucking zombie piece of shit. It's times like this when you get real bored, you find glitches, like at the door. Why does the holy water just stop? For some reason I always found that amusing. I could do that for hours.
It just kind of disappears, doesn't it, the holy water? There's like no effect like there was in Castlevania 1.
This is the first Castlevania game to adopt a non-linear style, where you have to roam around and explore. It's a neat idea, just not executed too well.
As someone who played this for their first time, like, this non-linear style is just, like, weird for me because I'm so used to going just straight to Dracula or going straight to a destination. And this one, like, made you, like, buy equipment and really think about what you were doing.
The whole plot is that after Simon destroyed Dracula in the first game, all his body parts were scattered into different mansions.
Right.
Now, Simon has to rid the curse of Dracula once and for all, and to do this, he has to go into each mansion and throw a fucking oak stake at an orb.
That is kind of lame.
Possess Dracula's rib. Or wait, possess? Possess?
Yeah, that is spelled wrong. That is true. I never noticed that.
Are you kidding me? Well, anyway, it's boggled my brain to no end. How is anybody supposed to know to throw an oak stake at an orb? So I found this one clue. It reads, a symbol of evil will appear when you strike the stake. Gee, that really helps. Couldn't it at least
they spelled
mention
this wrong,
where
right?
you're supposed... A
yeah.
pair? A pair? Does anybody proofread this shit? It only goes to show how much effort they spent on the game when they can't even get the fucking text right. The text itself seems to be one of the main issues. Not just spelling errors, but the information too. It seems like they're giving you clues, but they never make any sense, and most of the time they're just flat out lies. In adventure games, especially RPGs, getting clues is a big part of the game. So as a gamer,
not only do you have to remember all the text and what they're saying, it's the fact that it doesn't make any sense, like he's saying.
You're inclined to regard what they say as true. After all, why else would it be in the game? To confuse the shit out of you, that's why. The part that's disturbed me the most is that when you walk in this house, you find this old creepy bitch sitting on the floor. Looks like roadkill with a mop on top. She says, "Let's live here together." Okay, fine, we'll just live here.
Man, this moment when it just makes no sense. I remember playing this and it's exactly how he feels. It just, what do you even say to this?
Yeah, so nice place. To sum things up, reading anything in this game is just as useless as the guy in Zelda 2 who says, "I am error." That's why this is what you call a Nintendo Power game.
And just for the record, when I played this, I didn't have the Nintendo Power magazine. I pretty much played through it, but I only took like 2 hints, and he's probably going to mention those 2 parts. It's such a beautiful looking magazine, Nintendo Power. They did such a great job with this.
Of course, there's the wall where you have to select the red crystal, kneel down, and then wait for a tornado. But that's just the beginning. There's a part where you have to go under a lake. I can just barely see the platform, so I get the idea that I'm supposed to go down.
So real quick, when I did my playthrough of this, I played on a CRT TV, and my game capture actually showed the rest of the lake, and I couldn't see it. So when I was playing the CRT, it actually hid the part that you could go down into, but on the game capture, everyone else could see that little section. I couldn't.
Down there. But if you touch the water, you die. You have to select the blue crystal, then you kneel down for a few seconds, and then you can go through the water.
How are you even supposed to know this? I almost did this because I was just desperate for solutions. It's ridiculous what they did in this game.
Who the fuck is supposed to figure that out? There's another spot where you have to go into a cemetery and drop a piece of garlic so you can get a silver knife. Who's this person in a robe who waits in a cemetery for someone to come by and drop garlic? So there's the cryptic parts, but then there's parts which are just plain annoying. Some of the jumps are outrageous.
Look at that jump.
Oh man, get up there.
Just like Turtles in Turtles 1, right?
Then there's these blocks. It doesn't look that hard. It seems like you could just hop on over.
Why do they have to put platforms like this? It just makes no sense to add the extra difficulty on top of remembering everything and having all the text. Oh man, I feel his pain.
But if your timing isn't 100% accurate, your jump doesn't reach.
Yep.
I'm gonna try again.
I feel ya.
Oh, this game is poopy.
That was me for hours.
The most annoying enemies in this game that I never forget are the blobs. They just bounce all over the place. You can't get away from them, especially if you're on the stairs.
That is so annoying. And it took him all the way down the stairs too.
Let's take a look at that again. I'm on the stairs, totally defenseless. The blob knocks me off and I fall through the fake block.
Yep.
That is so fucking cheap.
Clipped right through the
most annoying
thing.
hazard in this game is water.
Seriously, water? Why is that such an issue?
I feel like water in a lot of games is an issue for any video game character. I don't know why, but I guess water is just that dangerous.
Oh, come on. That wasn't even on the same screen. The last thing to mention are the bosses. There's very few of them, and let me tell you, they got lazy with these bosses. I mean, real lazy.
They are kind of lame. Like, compared to Death right here, that was a kind of a lame looking boss. Can't lie.
You know how hard the Grim Reaper is in the first game? Well, if you do, then wait till you see how hard he is here.
Oh my gosh, how slow this is.
Damn.
Oh,
I'm
he just
lucky
walked
I got
by
past
him.
That Grim Reaper.
I didn't know you could walk by. I don't remember. I think... No, I took on Death. I never just walked right through. I had no idea about this.
Then, of course, you walk through an empty castle to fight the easiest end boss in video game history. And there you have Castlevania 2. Well, that was a mouthful, but we should conclude this episode with the last of the NES trilogy.
I'm surprised how quick you went through that. I remember that game taking me so long. Anyways.
Castlevania 3,
this is a good one.
Dracula's Curse.
I love the music in
this.
this.
Take control of Trevor Belmont, an ancestor of Simon's who battles Dracula for the first time, making this game a prequel.
Those jams. So good.
It goes back to the basic style of the first game, but has two main innovations. The first thing, you often come to a fork in the road where you get to choose which path to take.
This part was really cool in this game. I loved how you had different paths and had different levels, and it made you want to replay it again.
The other thing is that you get to play as other characters whom you meet along the way.
Real quick, funny story. When I first played this, I didn't know anything about the abilities of the characters. I just used the Belmont because I went into it without knowing anything at all. And yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that these characters are really cool. But in retrospect, I wish I knew a little bit more about their capabilities.
There's Grant, who climbs on walls, Sypha, who has magic spells, and Alucard, who can turn into a bat.
Didn't know about this. I was stuck on some levels and didn't know you could just fly over them.
But you need enough hearts to do it.
Spent 6
Alucard
hours.
happens to be Dracula's son.
Level.
The name Alucard's Dracula spelled backwards, and it came from the 1943 movie Son of Dracula.
Announce Count Alucard.
D-R-A-C. What are you mumbling about?
I actually didn't know that for a while until someone told me. I go, are you kidding me? It was pretty mind blown, actually, when I found out about that.
Nothing, just a silly idea hit me.
With these innovations, I think it's the best Castlevania game on the NES. But it's also the hardest.
I don't know. I mean, this game's pretty tough. I wouldn't say if it was harder than 1, because I feel like with 1, like, a lot of learning curves, but there is a lot more platforming in this one. I don't know. I gotta think about that one still.
There's a stage where the screen keeps moving up. If you're caught at the bottom, you die. What kind of logic is that? In Trevor Belmont's world, what killed him? The TV screen? So you can't waste any time. You gotta keep going up.
A lot of games had that.
What shit was that fucking
scrolling.
nonsense? Tell me that's fair to make you have to hurry only to have knights appear out of nowhere. Your greatest hazard in this game is not pits, not water or spikes or anything like that. It's the stairs. The fucking stairs are your worst nightmare.
The stairs were terrible, like in every Castlevania game. I swear the Belmonts have a history of knee problems or something.
If you're next to the stairs and you try to use your special attack, the attack doesn't work. Instead, you go up the stairs. Look at this. Like, God, get down. I want to attack the knight. Oh, God, get off the stairs.
Yeah, it's a huge problem.
Oh, God, you're defenseless. When you're on the stairs, your ass is fucked. How about the floor? Let's make the floor a death trap too.
Yeah, this part right here is terrible because you're trying to dodge projectiles and then also the floor is disappearing. Oh, I get wound up just thinking about this part.
Okay, that's fine if you want to play shit like that, but how in the holy goddamn mother shit fucking Christ of cunt fuck am I supposed to attack the enemy when the fucking floor's falling down?
It's true.
Did the game developers expect you to be some kind of miracle multitasker?
Thank God for Alucard. See, I can cheat too, you rotten bastard.
Oh, and when you're using Sypha's freeze spell, whatever you do, don't freeze the enemy projectile.
I've actually never used this character in a playthrough. Maybe I should try it sometime.
That was a disaster. And that's the way this whole game is. It's just an ongoing train wreck.
This level's frustrating too because of all the little jellyfish looking things. Yup. Ouch. In the bat. Oh! So much pain in this game.
This fucker's got no mercy. This is the reason why Game Genie was invented. But I'm not doing that because I'm gonna do this legit.
Just like I did. I never used the Game Genie or save states or anything like that. I went into it without knowing anything. Good for you, James. I think.
Now where's that extra live code?
Are you using
Help me.
codes?
That's it. You spell help me. Isn't that the most appropriate
That is hilarious. I mean, I never use codes in this game, but help me? That is so funny.
password you ever heard? Because anyone who plays this game, that's exactly what you're thinking. I've made it to Dracula, but never beaten him. Wherever you stand, 2 towers of fire come up, trapping you, while another tower comes up in the middle. How are you supposed
Yeah, that is a really tough fight with Dracula. Especially with the fire coming out in the middle.
to dodge that? It gets you every time. The worst thing about this is that when you die, it doesn't start you back at the stairs. No, not like the other games. Instead, it sends you all the way back to the beginning of the stage.
I forgot about that. Yeah, you go all the way back and you have to go through Clock Tower and you have to... Oh, man. I remember doing that for hours. Now it's kind of coming back to me when I first played this.
It's fucking relentless. And Dracula has 3 forms. You're telling me you have to make it all the way through the stage and fight 3 forms of Dracula without any fucking continues or power-ups? Are you mad? How are you supposed to do that?
I had to do it. It was tough. That was my mood after finally beating this game.
If there's any game that puts you in a bad mood, it's Castlevania 3. You know? Like, if you want a game that'll piss you off, putting this game in your Nintendo is like running open-armed out into a rainstorm of piss. You want to go balls to the wall? Well, there's one way to put your balls to the wall, and that's to stick your dick in an electric outlet. You want to play shit tennis with an orangutan while having your head up a hyena's asshole? Well, good luck.
What are you even
Well,
saying?
that finishes off the Castlevania trilogy. But there's more memories to be shared. Because Dracula never dies, Halloween is going overtime, it's a Castlevania-thon. Oh! Oh!
Alright, that was pretty good there. That brought back a lot of memories, especially with Castlevania 3. I remember starting back at the clock, or at the beginning of that stage and going to Dracula for hours. And then, just everything was just so frustrating in the second and third Castlevania. I still think number 3 has like the best music though. That would always be my favorite. Anyways, guys, that was my reaction to part 2 of Castlevania by the Angry Video Game Nerd. If you liked the video and you want to continue this journey of us doing reaction videos, feel free to subscribe, like the video, comment, and maybe some recommendations of stuff you want me to react to. Maybe some old commercials, retro games, whatever you'd like to suggest, let me know. All right, guys, take care, and we'll see you the next time. Thanks for watching.